Hey, we've got Johnny here from Johnny's Car Care and Reviews and Marie. So we're going to show you what the blow-off adapter sounds like now that, well, you'll see the install, but this is what it sounds like, folks. You start it up, starts up like before. So it's not like changing your exhaust or removing parts of your exhaust like the catalytic converter. But as soon as we give it gas, you'll see. So I like that. I like that a lot. How are you finding that?
That's funny because normally we see that in little sports car for an SUV, but I love it. But that's funny that.
Yeah. You'll enjoy driving this. So that was at about 7 psi. So that's the noise it'll give you when you let go of the gas at 7 psi. So all it is that it's taking the internal air, and instead of having an internal wastegate, it's now essentially acting 12 psi. It's essentially acting as an external blow-off valve, but all it was a little adapter for, you know, what is it, about $70–$80. So we got ours from, there's different companies, but we got ours from Off-Road 21 because we want to support a small business, not funded by them, not sponsored, you could say. So this is just a freebie.
Trying new pieces, new stuff.
Yeah, and we like to support. We're a small business. We like to support small businesses, and if you want to support a small business, all you need to do is hit that like button, share this video with a few people, and subscribe and hit the bell notification to not miss out, because we like to play around with all our long-term reviews. We've got a Ford F-150 Lightning as a long-term review because we just finished up with a 2019 Ford F-150 Raptor. Fantastic used vehicle purchase, but these days with the high interest rates, highly recommend putting down as much cash as possible. Or if you don't have any cash, you can always hope that interest rates go down. My bet is that interest rates will have to go down, that the Fed's going to realize this more so come, I think we'll all realize it, come this winter. And we might see a rate drop in time for election time, but also so that the effects come into play. So as early as March and as late as June, I expect a rate drop, and maybe even 2 rate drops before final election day, because I think the Fed probably going for another term for the Democrats. I think they'll give them a helping hand. But let's listen to this. PSI, just a nice little psh, but when you're hard on it, it's louder. So I could drive around and not have it make any noise. But now I got to check in with my GPS because my normal road is closed. So GPS here, she'll tell me where to go. So that's it for us. Thank you so much for watching. We wish you all, I'll let you guys sign out.
Yeah, wish you all more cars, more power, and please like and subscribe to feed those noodles.
Take care, everyone, and watch. We've got a short coming up. Winston is wearing the cone of shame, but it's actually cool. It's not a cone. Mom here got him the donut of shame, and it's pretty gnarly. It's rad. I like it. I like the colors.
He looks fashion with his cone.
Nice little install going down today. We're going to throw on the blow-off valve and some door plates right in the doors here, so these sills down here don't get all scratched up. And we're actually going to start with the blow-off valve. So I'm Johnny from Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. Thank you for joining. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and the bell notification to not miss any Ford news, auto news, and automobile content, because we like to play around with our long-term review vehicles, such as the 2000 Porsche 911, the F-150 Lightning, and the Ford Bronco. So we're going to be putting down the door sills right here to protect. But first we're going to do the blow-off. But because we've got drying time, we're going to take a little alcohol here, isopropyl alcohol, spray down and wipe away. So while that dries off, and we got to get it really clean. And when we get to installing it here, once you put down your door plates, that's some very sticky two-way tape. So once you put them down, they're good to stay for long. So we've got the tape measure, because when we do put it down, we want to mark it out and make sure that the first place we lay down those door sills is going to be the last place, because you can't be pulling them back off and adjusting them. That's a long-term solution. Now we use alcohol because, well, it cleans the best, and because it's going to dry faster. So we've got that down. We'll quickly go do the other side. Take a new sheet, nice and clean, do the other side, and then we'll get to the fun part, the blow-off adapter valve, because that's going to sound just great. You're going to want to stick around to hear this. Give me just a moment. So we'll let that dry off. We've got the isopropyl alcohol here, 70%. Dries off, gets it clean. Also good for removing any glue or any contaminants that might not want to come off with just water. Now let's get to that blow-off valve install. All right, welcome back. So the blow-off valve or blow-off valve adapter was a little more stressful than need be, just because of that bad washer and because we stripped the screws. So Marie's now holding the camera, so she's now learning that the Bronco got a little damage because of the cheap plastic, fragile plastic that Ford is using for that pipe. But the kit came with 2 extra bolts in get a bolt and then even a screw that was even bigger, so they plan on you stripping it up to 2 times stripped for the third option of the bolt. So you can use the original hardware, go to their bigger bolts, or then finally go to the biggest bolts. But this is going to be a whole lot easier. We use the isopropyl alcohol to rub down the area here, and it's all clean with the alcohol. Now once you throw these little tabs off, they're sticking for life. You can't stick and unstick them. So you need to, in advance, decide, do you want your 1966 over on the left here or over on the right? And I think Marie's going to tell me she wants the look of the top here, so that we see better the 66 in the mountains.
I guess it's to see it better. So yeah,
All right.
As soon as you open the door, we must see it.
Now, where do you want your foot? Do you want it up here? Do you want it back here? We got to figure this out before.
Maybe to figure out, you could try to sit in the car to see where your foot could go.
Now that's smart.
I know.
I get in normally, let's say I put my foot here. Well, it would have been a lot better if that was your bum in the camera. So sorry folks, I should be filming. Marie should be playing with the stickers. Marie, do you want to change positions or do you need me to do this?
Oh, that's okay. It's funny to see you do that.
Yeah, for the whole 5% of female viewers out there. So easy. After that, you just unstick this and slam it on. And just remember, before you slam it on, you're going to need it really to settle in and dry fully and really harden. You need about a day. And that's why for the front deflectors or on other vehicles window deflectors, you need to have them dry 24 hours, because if you're at highway speeds, the front deflector has ripped right off before, especially if you install it inside a garage in the winter and then bring the vehicle outside shortly after, only an hour or 2 after. So it's as easy as just peel and stick on. So let's just close up the video here, but hold on, we'll show you what this all looks like after, because we also have the super easy 2-bolt handles to throw on. I don't think we need to film how to take 2 bolts off and put 2 bolts back on. So we'll be right back with what the finished product looks like. All right, so small trick here. We've taken off the plastics. So this is ready to stick. On the other side, we don't quite like where we stuck it in hindsight. So here's a trick so that you can play around even once your stickers are on and ready to go. Make sure you don't put your fingers on them. That'll take off the glue. But if you line up the bottom, you can now slide around, and you definitely want to tape down the bottom first so it's not hanging out in space. And you see the Bronco's got a bit of a bend here, so if you go too far forward, you're going to have, like we did because we lined up the back, you're going to have a gap at this end here. So we're not going to line it up this time. We're actually going to be off center, and we're going to come a little earlier. You don't want to go too far back either, and when you're ready, when you've tested it out, you're able to slide it around and you're happy with where you are at. Do the bottom first, push down hard, then do the top, press down hard, pat it down all the way through for the top, Put a little weight to it. There you go. You're stuck, and you've got a great look right there. So check that out, everybody. I think those look pretty rad. All right, very cool. So sticker fab, you've got all the letters doubled because you likely will make a mistake and wreck one of these, but I highly recommend you remove from one corner at a time with getting an X-Acto underneath it. Put alcohol on your X-Acto and let it dry off so you're not contaminating your stickers, and you get more control with the X-Acto here. And if I were to use my fingers, guess what? My fingers would guck it all up.
You're not in the right letter though.
Oh gosh.
You're in the O.
I'm in the O. That's why there's 4 O's, of course. Starting to rain. Perfect time. Well, top-down rainstorm, but start with putting down one corner. And once you got one corner in the right spot, you put the rest down. So I see the corner here is good. I can press it down. And then I can let this go. But it's not the easiest thing I've done. And it definitely doesn't help when it's raining. So Marie, I'll let you, I guess, yeah, there. So you can see how the X-Acto here really helps. It's really helping me place it right where I want it. And then, oh, I press it. And if it doesn't go quite the right spot before pressing down hard, there we go, folks. So little tricks using X-Acto without scratching the dash, but just to get your right angle. At one point for the B, I used both of these. Screwdriver on one end of the B and the other, brought it in, laid it out from the top, and pressed it down top to bottom. Well, this is what it looks like. We've got the handles here, we've got the stickers down, we've got the handles with the American flag, so you know I'm loving that. Very, very, very cool. And yeah, liking the green handles that match sticker fab with the blow-off. So let's go for a drive and test out this blow-off valve or blow-off adapter. All right, so we've got the adapter here. Two adapters go together. So you take your old sensor and blow-off and you add it to the blow-off adapter. You can see now there is actually the module is going to move up to let the air out. The module goes and fits in there. We've got to get these gaskets in and on, and they don't fit perfectly. So we're going to use a little tack grease. So we're going to apply this a little bit of, well, it should be tack grease, but actually I don't feel like going to the store because it's it'll use up a part of my day because the store is not right next door. So I'm just going to throw in a little bit of this grease to help just hold in place our gasket. There we go. Now the gaskets should hold in a lot better. So let's throw on those gaskets. Make sure that there's no dirt, and they will just sit in there so much better and actually hold while you're trying to put this all in, because the gaskets, the top one fits a little better, the bottom one here, that's your tricky one. Every time I go to line it up and stick it in, it'd keep popping out, and I ended up actually pinching it, which isn't great. So get that in the channel. And now that we see it's actually holding in the channel, we can go and drop this in. So before you screw anything in, check to see that all of them line up, because it's 3 bolts and they will not line up if you're not spot on. So there, you can see the bottom one. You can't see it maybe, but I'll tell you the bottom one's not lining up. So I got to rotate again. And there we go. Everything is hunky-dory, lining up. Now I'm going to pull out again. And on pull out, check. Everything's lined up. They're actually staying there because of that grease that I threw on. So neighbor helped me out with that. My neighbor's actually pretty much a Porsche expert. And so we trade Ford and Porsche stories and knowledge. He watched the last Porsche video and he said, buddy, I'm gonna help you out. I did make one small mistake. I was talking about no longer having the IMS on the 2009. It's actually 2010.